The following episode of the Top Gun Show is being provided for the sales partners of NXTSYS as yet another valuable tool to help your customers make informed decisions. Enjoy. Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today I'd like to welcome Chris Crosby, the founder and CEO of Xaqt, a global leader of contact center AI solutions out of Chicago. He has more than 20 years of leadership experience in building startups and advancing innovations in all things data and call center related. Chris holds his master in public administration from Harvard School of Government and advises both governments and startups at the intersection of policy, tech, and adaptive leadership. Chris, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Thank you, Steve, for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah, me too, man. Give the viewers a little overview on Xaqt. What services do you offer and to whom?
First of all, we actually have two things, two primary offerings. So we're a little unique in the market in that we provide both what we refer to as multi-experience AI platform, which we'll talk more about here in a minute. But it's really kind of the next evolution of CCaaS and AI combined, if you will. And we also have a side of the business that provides contact center outsourcing and live agent support. So to my knowledge, we're the only business process outsourcing company that runs 90% on our own technology, from digital communications and infrastructure all the way through QA applications. The 10% that we don't run, if you're curious, is actually workforce management. We partner on that, and that's only because we haven't built our own yet.
That's great, man. BPO is a hot commodity right now. What unmet need in the marketplace did you see 5 years ago that led to you starting Xaqt?
Well, interestingly enough, Xaqt started in smart cities about 6 years ago because we saw the need to take emerging data sets with IoT and sensors, combine that with back office data, kind of legacy stuff that the cities generate, and really create new insights and applications for cities to run more efficiently and effectively. So things like smart parking, traffic, et cetera. And we had started moving into contact center, which was my background and experience for 20 years prior to that. To help with citizen engagement. And then March 13th of 2020, every major city in the world shut down on the same day, and they no longer had parking or traffic problems to solve. So we immediately went all in into contact center and helping our customers respond to the pandemic through customer service and contact center automation and digital communications with their constituents. And that's really what's led us to where we're at today. We've also, taken over vaccine call centers for some of the largest counties in the United States.
Well, that leads me into the next question. You kind of answered it already a little bit, but how is the convergence of data and technology solving hard problems and changing the world for better?
That's a great question, Steve. So most of the world's data is still dark data, meaning there's a whole lot of useful insights out there that you can't get to, whether it's in your on-premise or legacy contact center products or platforms or partner data or customer data. So what we do is we put data and AI at the center of everything that we do, because that's what's going to drive context for your agents. It's what's going to drive context and experience for your customers. And so by starting with data as the platform, and then layering in the different experiences and communication channels, we're able to create more effective and efficient experiences for companies at a lower cost of service.
Got it. Makes sense. So explain to me, how is multi-experience AI different than CCaaS?
Yeah, another great question. So CCaaS, is really about multi-channel or omni-channel, creating this distinctive pathways for your customers to communicate with your business. We see the next evolution of that as kind of flipping that notion on its head. So the idea of having like a desktop for your agent to be able to chat or SMS or talk, that's pretty standard stuff now, right? There's nothing really super innovative or interesting in that. However, when you put the experience in the middle, on top of and combine that with data and artificial intelligence, what you get is one platform that can serve up these contextual experiences for your customers, regardless of where they're at. We can now enable digital communications right inside of Google Maps, as an example. Talk to a CCaaS player about that. But also your agent experience, right? There's no need to create a knowledge base, as an example, for a customer to access online and then a separate one for your agents. So we really converge the core assets of a company and then let the customer define how they want to create these experiences, again, in a way that improves that experience and synchronizes really the agent and the customer, regardless of where they're at and what communication channel they're on, in a way that is also ecosystem and application driven. So most companies today, or most CCaaS players today, if you want to take advantage of their conversational AI, you've got to commit to their entire stack. You're moving all into the cloud with them. With our platform, we meet you where you're at. So if you want to enable our conversational IVR, as an example, we don't care if you're in a legacy on-prem platform or if you've already moved to the cloud, we'll meet you there. Same thing with our quality assurance, AI-driven applications. Doesn't matter what you're on, we can decompose our stuff, bring it together for you and help that path for you. And then the last thing I'll say, Steve, on that point is that we enable developers from day one. So typically you're either an all-in-one in the box platform or you're geared specifically towards engineers and developers. We said you shouldn't have to choose between the two. So if you are an enterprise and you've got some great engineers on your team and want to extend our applications into your enterprise, we enable that day one for you.
Love it, love it. You make it simple. I love this. This is great. This is great. Well, many, and that kind of leads into this one. Many companies haven't yet started their cloud migration, or in most cases, maybe they've already selected a CCaaS provider. How can they take advantage of Xaqt and the multi-experience AI?
That's a great last question there, Steve, because it does. The short answer is because of the modularity of the platform and the openness of our approach, we don't care what the customer has today. Again, we're not an all or nothing type approach, right? We've got customers that are running Cisco Contact Center Express they've had in their IT closet for the last 15, 20 years, taking advantage of our conversational experiences for customers. We have companies that have migrated to the cloud, say Nice in Contact already, and they're taking advantage of our agent experience for knowledge management, as an example, or our conversational IVR. So because again, we're not an all or nothing. You don't have to commit to the whole stack. We're going to partner with the customer, understand what the challenges are that they're really trying to accomplish, and then give them a path to the cloud if they need to, or augment whatever existing solution that they have. Because we believe, that AI isn't just a buzzword. It should have an immediate and tangible impact on your business today and create a continuous return on your investment. And that's really about what a multi-experience AI is to us, is again, solving the problem that's in front of you with the best tools possible.
Love it. Love it. Great stuff. Well, Chris, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and that I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. Why don't you tell the viewers a fun little known fact about yourself?
Fun little known fact is in my intro, and you may see it behind me, you mentioned the Harvard degree. I actually dropped out of college 3 times prior to making it to Harvard. When I built and sold my first company to Cisco Systems, my highest level of education was an associate's degree from community college, a junior college in Kansas City. And then somehow after that convinced Harvard that I'd be an all right fit. And so that's how I got there.
Well, you're probably the only guy I've ever interviewed that has a degree from Harvard, so well done. Well, Chris, thanks for being a guest on the show today. I could interview you for another couple of hours about your technology, but did a great job. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, everybody.